Hello, I'm Ollie Kenchington, and welcome to this first look at Canon's newly announced EOS R5 C. The R5 C addresses a lot of the drawbacks that I've certainly found myself where I've been using stills cameras with video modes as B cams to my cinema cameras. It's an interesting product from that sense because it is probably the first proper hybrid camera that I've used in terms of I'm not having to worry about limitations too much as I flick between stills and video. It's wonderful to see Canon being so reactive to the market, listening to feedback about the R5 and really in a relatively short space of time implementing it and bringing to market a device that solves a huge chunk of those issues. They've taken the opportunity as well to add in additional functionality. There are new things in this camera. Probably top of that list would be 3 new different flavors of 12-bit RAW, internal RAW capability with the R5 C. So you can now record LT, ST or HQ 12-bit RAW for as long as you like. There's no recording limit on that. It's a tiny camera. It's only 30 grams heavier than the R5. It's minuscule really, and that capability is pretty mind-blowing. The R5 C comes with this new multi-accessory shoe that was first introduced with the R3 and then the XF605. And one of the first and most exciting accessories that's going to be out for this camera is Tascam's audio XLR module that will attach to this multi-accessory shoe, giving you full-size professional XLR inputs into a mirrorless body. The other crucial external difference between the R5 C and the R5 is the timecode in-out port. I mean, this is a great addition to this product and makes it far more video friendly in terms of integrating it into multicam shoots. Now, I'm not actually one that really relies very heavily on viewfinders, but I do know that it's something that other filmmakers have had an issue with the C70, and the fact that you have that really high quality OLED built-in viewfinder with the R5 and therefore also in the R5 C is potentially quite a big deal for those types of shooters. Now, a massive, huge thing that is new in the R5 C is dual base ISO. I immediately sat down and shot tests, just put the body cap on and just ramped through the various different ISOs just to kind of see, well, what's happening here? Is it as clean cut as on paper this appears to be? And actually, the short answer is yes, it is. You go up the ISOs and then you get to a certain point and it goes noisier and noisier and then it just clicks and goes back to where it was when you're at your cleanest before. The net result is that really I feel like this camera has more flexibility in terms of noise than actually my C70. Now, in terms of pros versus the R5, obviously we have the unlimited recording times. That's huge. No overheating to worry about and no arbitrary recording limits that will cut off at a certain given moment. The 4K HQ is always on in all 4K modes up to 60p, so no need to explicitly activate that 4K HQ mode, which is really nice. 8K up to 60p, so we can do 8K with the R5, but we can't do 8K up to 60p. Wide DR, we've had log 3, we've had C log, but now we have wide DR as well. So we've got a matching gamma. That's always been a bit of a pain if I've been shooting, say, an interview, which I tend to do in wide DR, which is in fact what I'm using now. And I have a second angle with my mirrorless camera, if it's an R5 or an R or an R6 or any of those other mirrorless cameras. We've not had wide DR. So I've had to shoot in log or log 3 and then had to grade that gamma to match. Whereas now with the R5 C, I can actually choose that wide DR, have a matching gamma. It gives me even less to do in post. We have the full Cinema EOS menus in the R5 C. We don't have them in the R5. We only have the photo menus, which are fine, and I'm sure if you're a photographer and you're used to using them, that's great. I struggle like hell with them because I'm not a photographer and I almost never shoot stills with these cameras. So I am often floundering and I tend to just stick in 1 or 2 key places. The waveform monitor is how we expose the camera in cinema. Histograms are pretty useless for video use. So to have proper waveform monitor, to have false color, you know, there's a vector scope, all these things that you would expect in Canon Cinema EOS range are present in this camera too. We even have simple, easy access to white balance. My God, how I've totally nearly lost the plot having to set white balance on a DSLR or mirrorless camera in the past. Now we have a dedicated white balance button, simple click, and off you go. This is a product designed for people like me, for people who are using it for a B cam with other Cinema EOS cameras, or it really has become a very capable A cam. I've been using it and it alone, more or less, for the past month for most situations. Really, it's only the big dynamic range, that massive dynamic range you get with the C70 and the DGO sensor. That's really the only big thing that I've missed. Oh, and the built-in NDs, of course, have really missed that as well. But mostly I've only been shooting on the EOS R5 C this past month, and apart from those few things, it's just been a joy to use. It's been really lovely to be able to just point the camera at something and capture it in really, really mind-blowingly, eye-wateringly sharp 8K detail. So in summary, the EOS R5 C was actually a really surprising camera to use. I've really enjoyed being able to use it on the projects I've been shooting over the past month. I've really enjoyed being able to actually just flick it into stills mode and grab photographs of the family over Christmas. I mean, it's a true hybrid in that sense. I can flick the switch from photo to video and know that I'm going to get really exceptional results whichever way I'm using that camera, with almost no compromises, or certainly a lot less compromises than the R5 gave me. So in that respect, I think this is going to be a hugely popular and very exciting camera when it's introduced into the market in a few months' time.